3 games defined the night of January 9th, 2026, with the Rockets facing Portland, the Lakers matching up against the Bucks, and in Washington, the Wizards playing their first game since acquiring Trae Young in a trade that had been completed just hours earlier. 2 of the league's worst teams met at Capital One Arena that night, and what unfolded told us more about the future than any box score ever could. Washington fell to New Orleans 128-107, but the final score barely mattered because the real story sat on the bench in street clothes. Trae Young, the 4-time All-Star acquired from Atlanta for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert with no draft picks changing hands, couldn't suit up due to a right quad contusion and an MCL sprain in his right knee. He watched the Pelicans dismantle his new team from the sideline. Trey Murphy III torched the Wizards for 35 points on 13 of 24 shooting, and Zion Williamson poured in 31 of his own. Rookie Derek Queen grabbed a triple-double while his team shot 53.1% from the field and controlled the glass with a 51-41 rebounding edge. Keyshawn George and Tristan Vukcevic tied for the Washington scoring lead with 15 points each, which tells you everything about how the night went for the home team. Young addressed his trade on social media after the game, writing that he's walking into this next chapter with his head high and his eyes forward, and that it's time to see what's possible. January 9th, 2026 captured 2 franchises sitting at the bottom of their conferences, each trying to figure out what comes next. One just added a proven star to accelerate its timeline, and the other is still searching for answers. New Orleans got the win that night, but Washington might have won the week. This is the story of how the Houston Rockets blew a 13-point fourth-quarter lead and lost to the Portland Trail Blazers 111-105 on January 9th, 2026. Kevin Durant passed Wilt Chamberlain for 7th on the all-time scoring list that night, and none of it mattered because Houston's young core fell apart in the final 12 minutes while head coach Ime Udoka watched it happen. A 90-77 lead greeted the Rockets as they entered the fourth quarter, with Durant rolling and Portland looking like a team missing half their roster to injury, and that's when everything collapsed. Houston managed just 15 points in the final period, while Portland exploded for 34, outscoring them by 19 in 12 minutes to complete the comeback. Udoka held nothing back after the game, telling reporters that taking a 37-year-old out for 2 minutes cost them a 13-point lead on an 11-0 run. His exact words were blunt: "Don't play with any aggression, confidence, mentally weak. We can't be depending on a 37-year-old. That 37-year-old did everything he could to prevent the loss. Durant finished with 30 points and 12 rebounds on 11 of 20 shooting, and at 7:57 remaining in the third quarter, a three-pointer gave him 31,422 career points and pushed him past Wilt Chamberlain for 7th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. By game's end, his career total sat at 31,435 points. What should have been a milestone celebration turned into another frustrating road loss. The box score exposed Houston's collapse in painful detail. Durant made history that night in Portland, the city where Ime Udoka was born, and a 13-point fourth-quarter lead evaporated around him while he watched from the bench. No milestone can cover up that kind of collapse. This is the story of how the Milwaukee Bucks ended the Los Angeles Lakers' perfect clutch record with 2 defensive plays in the final 39 seconds. Milwaukee beat Los Angeles 105-101 on January 10th, 2026 at Crypto.com Arena, and Giannis Antetokounmpo made sure LeBron James couldn't complete the comeback. A perfect 13-0 clutch record belonged to the Lakers before this game, and that streak died when Giannis blocked LeBron's layup with 39 seconds left, then stripped the ball from him with just 2 seconds remaining to seal the win. LeBron put together 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists, pouring in 15 of those points during the fourth quarter alone. Luka Doncic knocked down 4 of 6 from 3-point range, but here's the thing: he connected on only 4 of 19 2-point attempts before fouling out with 16 seconds on the clock. Jake LaRavia buried a clutch 3 to knot the score at 101 with a minute 22 left, and that's when Milwaukee responded. Kevin Porter Jr. paced the Bucks with 22 points, hitting the free throws that put the game out of reach in the closing seconds. Giannis contributed 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists alongside those 2 game-saving defensive stops, while Kyle Kuzma dropped 13 on his former team and Bobby Portis collected a double-double with 11 points and 12 boards. December 2nd, 2022 marked the last time these 2 stars faced each other, which meant this matchup came after more than 3 years apart. LeBron carries a 17-6 career career record against the Greek Freak, but none of that mattered because Giannis delivered when it counted most. Milwaukee climbed to 17-21 with this victory, winning 4 of their last 5 since Giannis returned.